Yo, what is up, guys? It is yours truly, King Ace, and I am so sorry for the long-awaited video. What happened during a 3-year time skip? So in this video, I'll be talking about things that I think happened during a 3-year time skip in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Now, I want to talk about things that could potentially happen. I don't want to go off on a tangent and bring up things like, oh, the 5 Kages did this, or they did that, or Shikamaru did this, or they did that. Like, I want to talk about tangible things that more than likely happen in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, the time skip, 3 years. So the first one, I believe Boruto and Sasuke found and met up with Kashin Koji in Mount Miyaboku. Yes, if you want to talk about the designs entirely, let's just talk about the designs entirely. They look identical from Kashin Koji to Sasuke and to Boruto. And Boruto obviously is very reminiscent of Naruto, who knows Sage Mode, Jiraiya, Sasuke. You see the pattern. I believe Kashin Koji is obviously going to be a factor. And considering he lost against Ishiki and Kawaki is essentially Ishiki's reincarnate, essentially, Kawaki is definitely going to have somewhat of a factor as far as Kashin Koji wanting to go after him and whatnot. Now, do we know if Kashin Koji is affected? We don't know. However, Sasuke was able to kind of debunk the omnipotence by saying, I know that Momoshiki is inside you. He's only going based off the facts when talking to Boruto, which is why he decided to leave with Boruto. That's why he didn't trust omnipotence. That's why he was able to trust Boruto. So I believe they met up with Kashin Koji, and I believe they trained together. I believe there was a factor in them either training, finding out other things as far as like trying to, what is omnipotence and stuff like that. I can't go deep into it because at the end of the day, this is just all hearsay. This is just my opinion and what I think happened. So I feel like for sure they met up with Kashin Koji, 110%. Next, I want to talk about Sasuke is not dead. Sasuke 100% is not dead. I stand on that completely. I do not think Sasuke is dead. One of the main reasons why I don't think Sasuke is dead is because what Boruto did to Code. Boruto literally put his foot on Code's eye. Now, did Boruto give Code that eye cut? Possibly. That's a possible thing. But I don't think Sasuke died by the hands of Code. I don't think Sasuke died in general. I think Sasuke right now is in hiding and he's letting Boruto kind of take point on this while Sasuke is essentially being what he is, what he does best. He's a shadow Hokage. So he's in the shadow and he's waiting for his move. But again, he's letting Boruto take point. One of the situations that I thought was very ironic, Boruto, Boruto, Code, and Sasuke. Code stated that he was searching for Boruto for 2 years, and the Boruto said this is why the girls don't want you, or some around those lines in the Boruto manga chapter 1, 2 Blue Vortex, entitled Boruto. Code said that, Boruto replied. That essentially implied that Boruto and Code saw each other. Whether Sasuke was there or not, I don't know. But I don't think Sasuke died. I don't think Code definitely killed Sasuke. I know Code knows the relationship between Boruto and Sasuke. I don't think Code would say anything other than, hey, I killed your master, or hey, Sarada, this happened, blank, 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 blank. He would have said something around the lines of, I killed your master, or I did this, that, and the other. He didn't. Therefore, I am going to believe, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to believe that Sasuke isn't dead. He's just waiting in the hidden of the leaves. That's where he's at. He's waiting. It's like, no, but no, Sasuke, I do believe that he is here. He's not dead. I don't think they will off-screen his death. And even if they wasn't show it, I don't think they'll off-screen it at all. He's not dead. My opinion. Let's move on. Shikamaru demoted Sarada to Genin. Now, people are saying, okay, if Shikamaru definitely did demote Sarada, how is that even possible? Is it possible that the manga just got that wrong, considering in the anime, Sarada went up to Chunin, which makes sense? Did the manga just not understand where the anime is coming from? Because while for a long time, the anime and manga were running synopsis to each other. Like, they were running like, they pretty much knew what they were doing. Kishimoto is heavily involved in the anime as he is in the manga. He is writing the manga currently. I believe Shikamaru demoted, and this is just me, he demoted Sadara. People are saying how and why would he do that? If Sadara didn't want to compete or didn't want to do any missions regarding Boruto, that is all in lines of demotion. You don't want to search for Boruto. You don't want to give us any hints, any ideas as to where Boruto is, where he could be. You don't want to help out with this investigation. Okay, you're demoted. That happens in a lot of fields, whether it be in the police field or it be anywhere else. You're going to get demoted if you don't do what your sergeant says or your higher officer says. You're going to get demoted. I believe just so the anime and manga can be in line together, I believe Shikamaru demoted Sadara at the beginning, which is why Shikamaru said what he said, like, hey, you're not going to be able to become Hokage, you're not going to be able to do this if you remain Genin. He didn't even want to bring up Chunin because he demoted her because, again, it's been 3 years. He probably demoted her 3 years prior to that, right when the 3-year time skip happened. That's just my opinion. Moving on. Again, I talked about this already. Boruto gave Code that scar. Essentially, Boruto stood on that face and reminded Code, like, I'm him. I'm the one who gave you that scar. Could Sasuke have done it? Yeah, but Boruto kind of just rubbed it in his face as if, like, you're not even a threat. We probably did fight. You were probably a threat back then, but you're not a threat now. You never were a threat. Type of thing. I believe Boruto gave Code that scar. Kawaki has mastered all of Ishiki's techniques. Now, do I think he's stronger than Ishiki? Possible. Very, very possible. However, I don't think he's stronger than Ishiki. However, I do think he mastered all Ishiki's abilities. When you master abilities, that doesn't necessarily mean you're stronger than the opposing person who had the abilities prior. It just means you mastered those abilities. There still needs to have, still needs to come a time where there's experience that has to be involved, and Ishiki just did that effortlessly. However, I do believe Kawaki has mastered all of Ishiki's abilities. You see his eye, the Tsukuyono eye, I forget what it's called. He's flying. He's pretty much doing everything he can. And this is everything that we saw Ishiki do. Mastery over the abilities. Shikamaru possibly playing coy. Now, Shikamaru might be playing coy. Just like how Sasuke was able to kind of like not necessarily debunk omnipotence, and he was affected by it 110%, but he was able to look at the facts and still believe Boruto, who he thinks is Kawaki because of omnipotence, but he was still able to believe Boruto because of the facts. Momoshiki is inside Boruto, not Kawaki. My mind is messing with me. I'm kind of confused, but I'm still going to go with Boruto because the facts are this. I believe Shikamaru's right there. Shikamaru could be playing coy. One of the main reasons that I believe that is because in the chapter, I believe, of chapter 1 of Boruto, to Blue Vortex, he says, all right, everybody, y'all go out for Code, whatever, but keep an eye out on Boruto. Why would he say that? About Boruto, who's Kawaki, obviously roles reversed. Why would he say that about Boruto, who killed the 7th Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki? Why would he say that about Boruto? Just keep an eye out on him. Is it because he's stronger? No. He is possibly, arguably playing coy right now. And he's waiting for his move because, again, facts are this. And he's looking at all the facts, similar to how Sasuke was able to do that. Again, he did that with Sadara, but he was able to do that. I believe Shikamaru's in the same way because he's basically essentially saying, is Code a more of a threat? When they just said, like, hey, since Code is looking for Boruto, he's not a threat to the Leaf Village, but Shikamaru is placing Code as a more bigger threat than Boruto, when Boruto is the one who killed the 7th Hokage and deserted the Leaf Village with Sasuke. Shikamaru could be playing coy. I'm just saying, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. And last but not least, Orochimaru playing a factor. So these are things, again, tangible things, tangent things that I believe happened during the 3-year time skip. There could be a multitude of things like, where's Amado? Is he doing this? Is he locked up? Did Kawaki just kind of just lock him up and just place him in the scientific room and say, hey, you do this, don't do nothing else. How you had me in Kara is how I'm going to have you in the Leaf Village due to omnipotence. We don't know. So I don't want to even talk about that. However, Orochimaru playing a factor is something that I'm very interested in, only because, one, let's talk about Mitsuki. Mitsuki is almost second guessing himself, saying like, hey, I'm the moon and you're the sun to my moon, right? Kawaki with a question mark, almost like he's second guessing everything that he's doing. Again, looking at the facts. So maybe that's a way to break omnipotence. Not necessarily break omnipotence, but there's might be a flaw where it's just like, listen, some things don't feel right. Some things don't just, it's something about it. I'm still under omnipotence, of course, but like, it just doesn't feel right. Again, Kawaki under 3 years. It just, you know what I'm saying? That could be a thing. Minsky is feeling like he's second guessing himself, which is why he did a question mark. It wasn't just a stamp of just a question or a statement. It was more of like a question, like, isn't that right, Kawaki? Like, you're my son, and you know what I'm saying, S-U-N, like, you're the son to my moon, all that. Orochimaru could play a factor due to Sasuke and Boruto leaving. Orochimaru, if there's anybody who's either not affected by omnipotence or who's looking at the facts and somehow find a way to slip their past omnipotence or whatever, it's Orochimaru. And of course, Sasuke is going to need other hideouts. If you think Orochimaru destroyed all his hideouts, regardless if he was under house arrest by the Lord Seventh, Naruto Uzumaki, no. There's multiple hideouts. Sasuke has probably sought out Orochimaru on multiple occasions with Boruto. Of course with Boruto. And that's how they were able to do X, Y, and Z. That's probably how they were able to even talk to Kashin Koji, because maybe Orochimaru found Kashin Koji at Mount Miyaboku or the surrounding neighboring lands and whatnot. That's just what I believe, because where are Orochimaru and Boruto at? Where could they go? If there's one place they're going to go to the Orochimaru's hideouts, because that's where Sasuke were for 3 years, 2.5 years, when Naruto had his time skip. So I believe Sasuke and Boruto got help from Orochimaru. Whether or not Orochimaru is affected, I'm not sure, but I do think Orochimaru does play a factor. Hence, Minsky, again, second guessing himself. And again, where would Sasuke and Boruto go? They'll be on a run, of course, but like Code even said, I followed them for years and I couldn't find them, to the point where he says, fuck it, I'm going to come to the Elite Village and I'm going to do what I got to do here right now. So, again, run into all of that. Let's just go back and let's talk about it. Those are the 7 things that I think that happened during a time skip. Of course, I think there's multiple things that happened during a time skip. But those are the 7 tangible things, that I think that happened. Boruto and Sasuke found Kashin Koji. Sasuke isn't dead. Shikamaru demoted Sarada back to Genin. Boruto gave Code the scar on his eye. Kawaki mastered all of Ishiki's techniques. Shikamaru possibly playing coy. And Orochimaru playing a factor as far as Sasuke and Boruto leaving the village and basically seeking shelter, help, etc. I didn't want to get into the five great nations as far as the other Kages. I didn't want to get into Amado, because I just don't know. We need more evidence. We need more information if we're going to talk about that. However, these 7 things I believe happened some way or another. That's just my opinion. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Give it a like. Please subscribe. I got more Boruto content coming out. Pops is going to do some other anime videos. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later. It's King Ace.